speak of the US Vice President JD Vance himself, who now seems to have made a sensational claim to an interview that he has given to a media outlet, saying that nearly 400 kg stockpile of uranium enough to build upon 10 nuclear weapons, according to the Vice President, is unaccounted for. JD Vance says that the Trump administration will engage with the Iranian side in the coming weeks regarding a 400 kg highly enriched uranium that went missing after last week's US strikes on Iranian nuclear sites as well. Times Now, which had earlier reported the possibility of Iran having moved nuke assets ahead of the US airstrikes on Iran's nuclear sites, where there were satellite images from the Fordo facility on the 19th and the 20th of June showing high movement around this site, and trucks and heavy machinery were seen lined up across the facility. The question is, did Iran ship out the nuclear assets just ahead of the US strikes? And if yes, then where are these assets that are currently present? Well, Srinjoy, how do we understand? US says it obliterated the nuclear facilities. Iran is no more capable enough to actually grow nuclear weapons or to make any nuclear weapons. However, what happens to that 400 kgs of uranium, which seems to be unaccounted for? This seems to be a concern, where even when it comes to Iran saying that they will continue or they will resume with their nuclear program.
Amita, first of all, this is something Times Now had talked about several days ago. And this was because there was no radioactivity in the Fordo area after the strikes. So if there was nuclear fuel, uranium, where was it? How was it that there was no radioactivity? And this was talked about at length. I had spoken with people who were part of the Indian nuclear program who asked this question. Now, this was also echoed by other organizations as well. At this point, you have the US Vice President talking about these missing 400 kilos of uranium. The question is this enriched fuel or not? Now, if this is not enriched fuel, then the problem is, how are you going to enrich it? Because it's already, the Fordo has been destroyed, Isfahan has been destroyed, Natanz has been destroyed.
Yes.
So where will the enrichment happen? Secondly, even if it is partly enriched, let's say 50–60%, you're still a distance away from enriching the rest of it, because you have no enrichment facilities left, is what America is saying. So if let's say you have 50% enriched uranium, but what are you going to do with it? You need to get to at least 80, hopefully 90. So at this point, yes, America and Iran can talk, but the whole point is, does Iran have the ability to enrich uranium to make a nuclear weapon?
Well, that depends if Iran is ready to go back to the table and resume talks as far as when it comes to its nuclear capabilities is concerned, because not one but multiple countries have been very against this idea of making Iran capable of holding nuclear weapons. Please to stay on with us, Srinjoy.